I don't know about you, but I've always been a bit curious about what is it like to live off the grid. There's something about the freedom that comes with that lifestyle that continues to awaken my adventurous curiosity, and I really can't explain why. Well, today I'll be doing a combination of two things. I'll be exploring certain aspects of living off the grid for the first time, as well as using a portable power station provided by Bluetti, a sort of introduction to off-grid living per se. Figured I should probably ease myself into this gradually. So I'll be testing the power station's ability to run several electronic devices that will be used to enhance my very first off-grid living experience. So enough talking, let's do this. Well, we've wrapped up our short off-grid living adventure, and you know what? It wasn't too shabby. Sure, there were a few spots in the shed that could use a bit of TLC. Note to self, insulation is not optional. But I tried to keep things cozy by hanging on to some modern comforts like internet, some tunes, and a bit of warmth. And if this shed was all jazzed up inside, I could easily see it becoming my go-to chill spot. So enough about my shed adventures, let's dive into how the Bluetti AC180P handled this off-grid journey. So let's first talk about that 1800 watt AC pure sine wave inverter that has a 2700 watt power lift mode. It handled everything I threw at it, from the single electric burner to my portable heater to charging up my gadgets. And with an LFP battery that has a capacity of 1440 watt hours and 3500 plus life cycles before it drops to 80%, it kept the power flowing for the entire test. Alright, I know that last bit of information about the battery may have been confusing for some, so let's break it down a little more. Imagine it like recharging your cell phone. It's like your phone going from 0% to 100% over 3,500 times. Once it passes 3,500 times, the battery capacity is only 80% rather than the full 100%, or in other words, you'll start to notice your cell phone battery doesn't last this long. Anyway, hopefully that helps someone, but let's keep things moving. Speaking about moving, by the way, because of its form factor, if you get bored, you can also use it for exercising.
Five, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
Okay, all jokes aside, let's do some more testing. So I took this little workhorse out of town with me and attempted to power my mom's electric fireplace just to see how well it would perform, since anything that is electric and provides heat of some kind consumes a ton of power. So after running the fireplace for a while, I noticed no issues, and considering it was a bit chilly outside, this was the perfect time to test an electric heater. So this thing has 11 output ports, including a wireless charging pad, which meant I could power my appliances and charge up everything from my laptop to my smartphone at the same time. It also allows pass-through charging, which allows me to charge the power station while my AC or DC devices are still consuming power. And speaking about charging, what I think is impressive is that the power station can recharge from 0 to 80% in just 45 minutes, since it has a 1440 watt AC input. Since I needed to run a load of laundry soon, I figured I would test the unit with a washer machine to see if I noticed any strange behavior. So far, no issues I can notice with the washer spin cycle. Now, all this stuff up to this point is cool and all, but that's not even the best part in my opinion. I'm all about remote access and control, so the fact that Bluetti has an app that can monitor and control the power station is what takes this unit to another level for me. So in the app, we can easily see how many watts are being consumed by the AC outlets or DC outlets. We can also see if we are charging the unit from any of the 4 charging methods such as AC, solar, a car cigarette outlet, or a gas generator. As a quick example, I decided to charge the unit using AC or grid power, and as you can see in the app, we can now see how much grid energy is being pumped into the battery. I can also turn off my AC and DC outlets right from the app, which I think is a pretty cool feature. Within the app, you can also change how quickly the power station charges. Out of the box, it will be set to standard mode, which kind of gives you the best of both worlds, which is a quick recharge time, but not so fast that you may reduce the lifespan of the battery. Then there's the turbo mode, which should only be used in emergencies when you need to recharge the battery as fast as it can support, but it's not something you want to leave active all the time if you want your power station to last as long as possible. Then there's the silent mode that will take its sweet little time to slowly recharge the unit, and since it charges at a lower wattage, the internal fans will ramp down, making it where you barely hear the unit recharging. There's also some other neat features available that I'll quickly show, such as controlling how soon the front display would turn off if you haven't pressed one of the front buttons, or having the unit automatically turn off the AC or DC ports if it doesn't detect a certain amount of power being drawn to help you save battery life. Again, there's a lot you can do within the app, and in my opinion, downloading the app is a must because it really takes the power station to another level. And if you're someone with medical equipment, since it has a UPS built in, your devices connected to it will continue to function during a power outage. So using my washer as a test, you can see it continue to run whether I had grid power plugged into the unit or not. I also wanted to make sure the overload protection worked on this unit just in case I accidentally exceeded the max output power rating with the power lifting mode turned off. So it took a little over 2 minutes before it finally tripped the overload, but resetting the unit was as simple as pressing the AC button and I was back in business. So during my off-grid living test, I did manage to charge the power station with solar power. However, I do wish they would have increased how much open circuit voltage the unit could handle, as even though it can support 500 watts of solar input, you become limited by the amount of voltage it supports, and I was only able to hook up 2 instead of 3 or 4 of my 100 watt solar panels that I had on hand. So in a nutshell, you can use your own solar panels, but if you're looking to charge this as quickly as possible, it may be easier to just buy Bluetti's foldable solar panels that are designed to capture lots of solar energy while also staying within the specs of the power station. So if I had to be picky and I had to find something negative about this unit, that would probably be the only negative feedback I would have. Alright folks, so we reached the end of this little off-grid adventure, and I hope you enjoyed the journey as much as I did. Living off the grid, even if just for a day, made me appreciate the simplicity and independence that comes with it. And of course, having the Bluetti AC180P by my side definitely added a touch of luxury to the whole experience. Before we wrap this up, let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Would you venture into off-grid living, and what essentials would you have in your off-grid living space? And lastly, if you found this journey as fascinating as I did, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe so you don't miss out on future videos. Anyway, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.